Hey everyone, welcome back to My Crypto World. My name's Steve and today we're going to have a look at the markets and anything else crypto related. Now it's been a while since I've been able to produce a video. My apologies for that. I've been working on quite a big project here, literally working 12 to 14 hour days and just have not had time to devote to the YouTube channel. So I thought, well, we're well overdue. It's probably been about 3 weeks since I listed my last post. So, and I know the market has taken a tumble for many people. So let's go over the top market news. Again, if you like the content, please click like. And if you want to be kept up to date of all the news that happens in the crypto space, why don't you click subscribe as well and hit that bell notification so that you can be notified every time I drop a video to YouTube. Let's get into it right now. Okay, so let's have a look at what's going on in this crazy market we all seem to be in at the moment. Well, for many people who are watching this who have only just recently got into the market, probably not much has happened at all. The market literally has moved sideways. As we do every time I start a video, on most videos I go through the market cycles. What we're looking at now is the total market cap. So that's every single crypto roll into one big chart. And showing you the ins and flows, the movements, the ups and the downs as it's passed over the last couple of years. So this is where we are right now, and literally speaking that it really gone sideways from Sunday, June the 22nd, all the way through to now. So quite a long time going sideways there. Before that it was dropping, but we've certainly been in a stagnant sideways movement for the last, close to 4 or 5 months there. Now, each one of these cycles lasts for about 30 days, 30, 31 days. Sometimes you get shorter cycles of 26 days, but by and large, it's around about a 31-day cycle that's happening in the marketplace. Now, this week, our market cap dropped dramatically. We were sitting at about $1 trillion, and then it very quickly dropped down to just above 700 billion. So it dropped down to about $716 billion over the last probably 3-4 days now. Now, while the majority of the market, if you read the news and you looked at your portfolio, everyone was panicking and, it's the end of the crypto space and it's, just nothing makes sense. So we've lost our money. Nothing could be further from the truth. The good news is that all we've done is simply fallen back to a resistance line. Now, this resistance line that I've got here, the blue line, has been on this chart all the way since... where were we over here? Around about December 2020. So this blue line here represents a strong support in the market. While the market has traded above that and did so for quite a while, it has fallen back towards that. Way back in June 2022, we came close to hitting that. We didn't hit it quite, and the market has moved sideways since. We've just come back down and we're resting on that now. We've just actually almost bounced off that exact measure there. So for me, again, being more on the technical analyst side of things, that's very positive for us. So what it really means if you're a long-term investor is you've just got to wait a bit longer. If you're a short-term trader, then this has either hurt you or you've gained a lot of money out of it. So some people, as you know, this channel is more dedicated to long-term buy and holds. I don't really get into trading strategies, in and outs, intraday trading or anything like that, or even weekly trading. For me, I don't have the time to do it, so I don't really indulge in it. But if you're somebody who has been playing the market and riding the ups and lows, then you've probably made a little bit of money out of it, which hasn't been too bad. If you're a short seller, then you've made a bucket of money over the last couple of days. But generally speaking, it can be very hard to predict when the market's going to flip. From day to day, hour to hour, minute to minute. You've really got to be watching the charts on a full-time basis. But as I said, from the longer term economic view of the cryptocurrency space, we are in a really good position. I actually think there is less risk now in the market than what there was 6 months ago, because we've actually come back now and tested that support level and it's bounced off of that quite nicely. Now, it doesn't mean to say that we're going to go skyrocketing through space now and the prices are going to just increase and increase and increase, over and over again. That's not what's going to happen at all. Generally speaking, when the market has dropped and it's gone sideways for a while, it'll continue to go sideways for a little bit longer. But as I said, the risk has come out of the markets for me. Again, and I've mentioned it on previous videos, that this is a very unique buying opportunity. And we'll go through some news articles in a moment from other analysts that also predict the same growth and stability within the marketplace. Now, as most of you know, there are a lot of cryptos that I follow very closely that are close to my heart, and I think they've got a good use case and a good future in front of them. So we're just going to touch base on some of those now, not all of them, just to show you where things are on each one of those coins. So let's have a look at Cardano to begin with. Now, Cardano's had a pretty rough ride over the last, since August 2021, pretty much has gone down. But where we are right now is no difference to where we were just a couple of weeks ago. It's literally still sitting on this support line of 32 cents. This support line was created by this sideways movement that happened all the way back over in January 2021, and it hasn't really fallen below that. So for me, again, Cardano being a great leader in its field of what it does shows incredible buying opportunity for me. I feel safe buying this coin or buying more of this coin, or dollar cost averaging, than I would have felt maybe even 6 months ago. So if you've got some spare cash, I'm not giving you financial advice, this is just what I do financially. I do have spare cash that comes to me every time a project closes, or or from whatever else I do throughout the week. So I do continually to invest. It may not be a lot every week, but I certainly put into the market whatever I can afford. This is Bitcoin Cash. So Bitcoin Cash, again, it's been going sideways for a very, very long time. So all the way back in 2019, we had a great bull run up here back in April 2021, and it's come back down to that same support level. So again, for me, very safe. Bitcoin's a little bit different. We've been traveling along the $20,000 mark for quite a while, which was created, that support level was created back on the 30th of November 2020. Now, obviously the market has come up, it created a new support level at 28,000, shot all the way up to 69,000, and has come back and pretty much traded sideways. It's now broken below the $20,000 mark, and it's now currently sitting at 16,000. However, right now where we are is still a good support level. Again, it's within this band here that's happened back in 2020, so I'm not overly concerned about it. But if it did fall further, then I predict the next low will be around about the $12,500 mark. Again, great buying opportunity, and still miles away from where it was only a few years ago, at $100, $200, $3,000, $4,000. So it's still, in my opinion, a good buy. Polkadot, for those that you that hold it. Oops, I've gone too far back with my data there. But you can see, look, even if we do go back that far, Polkadot in the early days really traveled across this band here at around about the $5 mark. It came up, it had a great bull run through 2020, 2021, has come back down and basically is resting right on that bull mark, on that support level, sorry. So again, really, really good news for Polkadot holders. Of course, we all want to see it go up. We want to see all of our coins go up. We want to see our money double and triple and quadruple in value. But sometimes timing in this marketplace and patience is the best thing you can have. It's the best skill set you can have. Ethereum, look, we spoke about this a few weeks ago. It traveled all the way down to $879. Found some support there. There wasn't really a support band there way back in 2021 when it was previously at that price, but it bounced off it so hard I marked it down anyway on this. And since then it's gone up, it's come down, it's gone up, it's come down. We're now sitting right in the middle of those two bands there between the orange and the blue. So it could slip further. Being a layer one altcoin and the second largest crypto, look, Ethereum has moved differently to Bitcoin for quite a while now, but I've got to say, if Bitcoin slips a bit lower, Ethereum may follow, and if it does, then its next support line may be back at the $879 mark. Again, great buying opportunity if you're into Ethereum. Holochain, really similar. I'll just skip through these now because it's the same story. It's just repeated across different blockchain layers. Holochain is the same. It's sitting right on a support line that was created way back in 2021. Hasn't moved. So literally, if you've bought Holochain back in 2021 and you've done nothing else, you've made no money, you basically should be about even. It's obviously different for those people who have bought any of the altcoins when they were at their peak. But if your buy and hold strategy is just simply to buy and hold, and that's as simple as that, 18 months after your purchase back in February, your money's done, not a great deal. But now I don't consider that to be a bad investment. I think Holochain has got a great future ahead of it, and we'll just have to wait and see where things go. IOTA, same thing. Long-term support and resistance line there, and it's just trading above that now. Decentraland, the same thing. Look, its low way back in June 2021 was about 39 cents, and it's sitting at 48 cents now, just above that. So again, looks very stable for me. Even though we've had a volatile market, it's come back to stability. One is the same. Rose is exactly the same. It's really just bouncing off its all-time lows. So really, really positive. RSR, again, the same. Bouncing across this line here that was created, the low that was created on the 12th of May 2022, has moved sideways ever since then. It's just found its support back there again. Will continue to move either sideways from there. I can't see it falling any lower. The same with Sandbox, the same with Shiba Inu, if you're into that. It hasn't hit its all-time low that it did way back in September 2021, but it is at the moment channel trading and really keeping a pretty, it's fallen below the previous support lines, but it's fallen below it and bounced back up. So it's in a sense traveling along that support and resistance line. Solana, again, very different market there. Solana, if you look at the blue line here, strong support line that was created back in February 2021. We have broken that, but the fact that we broke it and it's bounced pretty much straight back to that support line, to me, shows very good strength. Sol is very similar. Theta is very similar. Again, it simply has moved sideways since May 2022. We've had a little bit of an up there. So in May 2022, it hit a low of, where were we there? $1.22, traded all the way back up to a high of $1.70, and has basically come back down now to just under 93 cents. So again, still staying within that range there. Nothing out of the ordinary. XRP really tried to break away a little while ago. We've got a long-term downtrend. We're still above that long-term downtrend that happened, so that's positive. And then we've got a massive sideways movement, pretty much channel trading through this. We had a lot of momentum through here, as we found and spoke about in previous videos, that there were a lot of whales that were buying XRP at around this time, and that pushed the price up. The price has now come back down to find its stability, again, along this dotted red line at the moment that we're seeing. So again, nothing out of the ordinary there. So what we're seeing is, even though the market has dropped and there's been a few exchanges that have gone under and a few other issues happening in the crypto space, the cryptos themselves, the assets, the projects that are back in the cryptos are falling back to a stable level. And as I said, we all want them to see them to grow and to thrive. But finding stability is probably the most important thing when you're looking at the total market cap. You want to get stability before you see growth. Otherwise, the growth becomes unpredictable in a lot of ways. And then what you do is you buy in, and a couple of days later, it's all over. So it's going the other way. So stability is the most important thing we want to see in the marketplace. Now let's jump across to some news articles and just cover off those now, because it'll highlight, hopefully, that there are other people in the crypto space who are finding the same thing and reporting on the same information. Before we hit those stories, though, I wanted to just touch base on the Ripple and SEC lawsuit, which we've covered numerous times on this channel. Ripple and the SEC lawsuit does get its final ruling date. So for those who are XRP followers and supporters, now the article just goes on to say that according to the majority of the legal experts who have stated, who have shared updates regarding the suit, Judge Annalisa Torres, I hope I didn't butcher that name, will render her decision on or before March the 31st, 2023. So, still a little way to wait there for that. This was tweeted out by James K. Fillon. James K. Fillon is a former US prosecutor. He goes on to say, the article goes on to say that more than a year has passed since the SEC Ripple case began, and many are now wondering if there'll ever be a resolution. Several legal experts have offered potential dates for when the decision will be made. And he goes on to say that I'm sticking to my prediction that District Judge Torres will decide on both the expert motions and the summary judgment motions at the same time, on or before March 31, 2023. If the FEC, butchering everything today, if the SEC wins the legal dispute, XRP, the native cryptocurrency of Ripple blockchain, will no longer be regarded as a currency in the US, but rather as a security. This might then establish a legal standard that leads to the classification of other cryptos like it as securities. Therefore, the lawsuit against Ripple is crucial for all parties involved in the cryptocurrency industry, including investors, developers of the blockchain technology, and global lawmakers. So again, we were hoping we'd have a decision by November. Obviously, it's been pushed out. Anyone who's been in through the justice system anywhere in the world knows that it usually takes twice as long as what you predict, but there will be some resolution at some point in time. Certainly within the next 6 months, you would suspect this to be completely over, which is good. Now, highlighting what I was talking about, that we want to find stability in the market before you find growth. It is the absolute fundamental critical thing you've got to look for when you're an investor. An article came out saying that the Bitcoin that will explode by over 4,600%, according to ARK Invest CEO Cathie Wood. So the founder and the CEO investment management firm ARK Invest, Cathie Wood, is doubling down on a fiercely bullish forecast for Bitcoin. Asked in a new Bloomberg interview whether ARK Invest is still holding onto the $1 million forecast, Wood answers in the affirmative. According to Wood, Bitcoin could go above $1 million by 2030, an increase of over 4,600% from the current price. Now, 2030, although it seems like it's a long way away, 7 years, if the older you get, the faster it bloody goes, I can tell you. So 7 years for me is nothing. It'll go in a heartbeat. So it's not that long, really. On Bitcoin adoption by institutional investors, the ARK Invest founder and CEO says that the drop in the flagship crypto asset's price by around 70% of its all-time high is triggering an increased interest from the hallowed class of investors. It does appear that institutions are moving in. They are taking this price decline from nearly 70,000 to roughly 20,000 as an opportunity to move into a new asset class. And this is what a lot of big firms and a lot of big investment firms and hedge funds look for, is new investment classes. So there's no doubt there that there is a lot of buying happening at the moment. Remember, while the market's dropping in price and people are selling, people can't sell if there isn't a buyer. So a transaction can only happen if somebody's willing to take their coin. So if you were to sell Bitcoin today, you can only sell it if there is somebody in the marketplace willing to pay the current market price for it. So while the market is dropping, there are always buyers there willing to buy no matter what. So it's not as dire as it seems. Another positive, actually we'll jump to this one first, which is Raoul Pal, what he says about cryptocurrency. So he says that the crypto and Web3 is about to explode 300 times in market value, and he's also given a timeline here. Pal says that his crypto market cap of about 1 trillion could explode to 300 trillion in just a decade. So very similar to what ARK investors are saying as well. He says venture capitalist investment, so VC, is flooding into crypto and Web3 as it attracts some of the biggest players in tech and finance. He adds that when the macroeconomic turmoil subsides, the market cap will soar. And it's quoted, all the big Web2 players are involved. Everybody in the financial system is involved. Everybody. You just don't see it really because they're cautiously moving forward because of all the regulatory issues. But everyone knows that this is where it's all going. I've never seen anything like it personally. It's kind of a bit like the internet, but it's faster paced and actually larger in scope, which sounds crazy, but it is because it accrues value itself to these protocol layers. So Pal says that the accumulation of value in the crypto markets will be the fastest and largest the world has ever seen. So you got to hold on, guys, and just get ready for some fast-paced action once the turmoil is sort of cleared up. Pal goes on to say that crypto, as far as he's concerned, is bigger than oil, bigger than the internet, and it's a very, very different thing. It's quite the phenomenon. The point being, as soon as the macro clears up, everybody's going to launch. And don't forget, everybody's invested. VCs in this space already, so venture capitalists in the space already. The venture capital money of 60 billion that went into the crypto space in the last 18 months, because of the speed of the cycle in crypto, we're going to see a whole lot of new projects, products, and challenges and new innovations coming in the next 6 to 12 months, and will move the whole narrative forward exponentially yet again. So again, a lot of positive news out there. The last story I wanted to touch on was a big one as well. So Visa, a $1 trillion company to launch Bitcoin, Ethereum and Ripple XRP wallet. So Visa, it's known obviously globally who Visa are, what they do, how they work. Visa has filed 2 crypto-related trademark applications with the United States Patent and Trademark Office, dealing with plans to manage the cryptocurrency transactions and create a virtual environment in which the users can interact for recreational, leisure or entertainment purposes. So that was pretty big news when you think about it. This was tweeted by Mark I'm going to butcher his name, but Condulis, I think I'm going to say. Condudius, perhaps. A little while ago, probably about a week ago. So it was October the 27th, so we're just over a week there. So interesting news there. The applications also showed that the firm has its eyes peeled on non-fungible tokens, NFTs, and other digital collectibles as it plans on providing temporary use of non-downable software for its users to view, access, store, and transmit them. Visa has been slowly stretching its tentacles into the crypto ecosystem, partnering with more than 60 crypto firms, including wallet service providers and crypto exchanges, to enable crypto payments at over 80 million merchants worldwide. In 2020, the San Francisco-based payments giant filed a patent application to create digital currency on a centralized computer using blockchain technology. So while the markets may be dropping, guys, look at what the institutions are doing. That's my big take of today's message. You always look at the institutional investors, see what's going on. I reported about a couple of weeks ago that McDonald's is now accepting Bitcoin as payment in some European countries. That will spread slowly. So the more larger institutions get involved with this, banks, hedge funds, retirement funds, anything you can think of, the more this space is going to find stability. And I think that's where we are right now. As I said, when we look at the total market cap and we have a look at where things are at, we're really just hovering above a support line at the moment. I don't see it going further lower than this. It doesn't say that it can't, but in my opinion, with so many coins that we just went through before, all at their sitting above their strong support and resistance levels, I would find it incredibly odd if things were to slip lower. Certainly, I think with Bitcoin and Ethereum, they could drop a little bit lower, but for alternate coins, I think the fall has already happened. They would generally, even in a large market, the smaller coins would also would move far quicker and fall before the larger ones as well. So Bitcoin and Ethereum might find stability, they might slip a little bit lower, but I don't think that'll relate back down to the altcoins that we've also talked about. So that is it for today's video. Again, apologies for the delay in getting this one out to you. It's just been a chaotic 3 weeks for me. I've had some leave and I've been working on some larger projects as well that I just had to devote some time to. We will see you in the next video. Take care of yourself and each other. As I mentioned earlier, if you like the content, feel free to click like. That'll help my channel grow. You can also hit subscribe if you want to be notified of the next time I drop a video on YouTube. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Cheers.